Hi everyone, this is Amara, my channel Eyes Wide Shut, and this is only just a short video. Man, this war that's going on between Israel and Iran, and again with the Ukraine and Russia, all you ever hear on the news, all you ever seem to hear is about these conflicts that's going on in the Middle East and in Europe. Now, if I was you, if you're feeling fearful, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling scared, any of these kinds of feelings, I would stop watching the news if I was you. All of this propaganda, it's no good for us. It's no good for any of us. I'm sorry for all those innocent people that's being caught up in these conflicts in these countries. Innocent people who want nothing to do with these wars. But greedy ass states and governments, they make a lot of money, you see, out of these wars. They make a lot of money. You think when they create all these missiles, these bombs, these submarines, yeah, these drones, these things cost millions and millions of pounds, millions of pounds. And so they need to sell these arms to somebody, and then they need to be able to cause conflict between various different countries. You see, war is a thing that sells big time, man. It sells really big. You don't believe me? Go check it out. Do the paper trail, and you'll see wars make a hell of a lot of money, right? A lot of revenue for a lot of countries. And guess what? Also, religion does too. And so does conflict over land and minerals, such as gold, such as bauxite, yeah, uranium, and all of those things, these precious metals. So wars have so many different assets to it, or should I say different facets to it, which then creates assets for these countries, okay? Along with the media, the social media newspapers, they also make a lot of money through these things also. I'm telling you, go and check out the information for yourself. Don't believe anything that I'm telling you. I want you to go do your own research and you'll see. Follow the paper trail. The news makes a lot of money. Mass media, the social media makes a lot of money, yeah, from the news on these wars. The wars in themselves make a lot of money because schools need to be knocked down and rebuilt. Hospitals need to be knocked down and rebuilt. Homes need to be knocked down and rebuilt. Agriculture needs to be knocked down and rebuilt. Yeah, and so forth and so forth and so forth. All right. We look at our politicians for change. We look at our politicians to try and change things for us. But every year there seems to be some kind of conflicts or wars that's going on somewhere in the globe. And these big economic powers, they have some reaching hand, overarching hand, reaching into all these other countries, right? Because they're making money from selling the arms to these various different countries. And guess what? The banks in these countries also make a lot of money. And guess what? They usually back both sides, both conflicting sides. They usually back both sides. And not only backing both sides financially, but also with arms. We look into our politicians to change things for us. And really, realistically, we have got to be the change that we want to see in the world. As Mahatma Gandhi once said, we need to be the change that we want to see in the world. Stop leaving it up to your politicians and to your governments, okay? Because they seem to think that they know what's best for us. If they know what's best for us, then why is there constant conflict? Why is there constant wars going on all over the globe? Yeah? Why is it that they interfere with other countries, yeah, and with their politics and what's going on in these countries? And we, the citizens, we are the taxpayers. We are helping to fund these wars. We are helping to fund these wars. Our money, our taxes are helping to fund these wars. Yeah? but it's the banks and these governments that make the money at the end of the day. That does not trickle down to us. And I wouldn't really want any money from wars. Yeah, seeing innocent people getting killed and bombed, little children and all the rest of it. I don't want to be involved in that. I don't want no blood money. I don't want it on my conscience. Yeah, I'm sure many of you out there don't want that on your conscience too. We've got to be the change. We have got to be the change that we want to see in the world. Stop looking outward at your governments and your MPs and your prime ministers. Yeah, stop looking outward at your churches and your ministers of your churches. Okay? Your popes. We have got to be the change. It has to start with us first. We have to be that peace. We have to be that peace that we want to see in the world. There is no path to peace, as Gandhi also said. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. Peace is the path. We're going out there looking around, trying to find the search for peace, when the peace is right there, right in front of us. It's in us. It's in us. It's right there. But we look too much and too often for our politicians, right? Because we elect them to sit in office and try and change things for us. They're supposed to be there for us. In a democratic society, they're supposed to be there as our representatives to represent us. But now it looks like they're representing themselves. Okay, look at how many laws that are passed every single week in Parliament. How many of you out there, normal citizens, how many of you know about these laws that's been passed? How many of you agree to these laws that's been passed? We have to be the change, people. We have to be the path to that peace. Peace is the path. All right? We have to find peace within ourselves. From once we find peace within ourselves, right, then hopefully the next person, they'll find peace also within themselves, and they'll have a knock-on cascading effect. So you find a peace within yourself by turning inwardly, by looking inwardly through introspection. You become that peace, and then hopefully it'll have a knock-on effect. It'll pass on to your family members. It will pass on to your friends. It will pass on to society. If we all look inwardly for peace in ourselves, that is the path to peace. Not these governments, not these monopolies, not these oligarchies who are making a lot of money out of these conflicts. And I say it again, I feel so sorry for the innocent people on both sides, yeah, of the conflicts that are going on, because they want to live in peace and harmony, right? But their governments have a different agenda. They have a different agenda, right? There's a quote I want to give you by Dr. Martin Luther King. Okay, by Dr. Martin Luther King, and this is what he had to say. Listen, returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can. Only love can. Only love can. Yeah? But those people, now our echelons, they want us to live in fear. It's how they control us, how they keep us in our places. Yeah? Through fear and through hate. Divide and rule. Divide and rule. That's how they keep power, by dividing society into different groups, different pockets, different facets. That's how they keep their powers. A bird cannot fly with just one wing. A bird needs two wings, right? These people keep their powers by dividing us. And they often fund both sides in wars. Trust what I'm telling you. I'm going to read this out again by Dr. Martin Luther King. Returning hate for hate multiplies hate, adding deeper darkness to a night already devoid of stars. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can. We have to have love for our fellow man and woman. We have to have love for humanity. And that is the path to peace. Love and peace. Okay? Understanding also. Now, let me read this out. This is about Bob Marley. And it's a song called Top Ranking. But listen to the words, how powerful these words are in this song. Okay? I'm just reading out the words. They don't want to see us unite. All they want us to do is keep fussing and fighting. Let me read that again. They don't want us to unite. All they want us to do is keep fussing and fighting. They don't want to see us live together. They don't want to see us live together. All they want us to do is keep on killing one another. Just keep on killing one another. They don't want us to live in peace. They don't want us to unite. All they want us to do is keep fussing and fighting. Wow, powerful words. He also done another song, So Much Trouble in the World. And these are the lyrics. Bless my eyes this morning. Jar's sun is on the rise again. The way earthly things are going, anything can happen. You see men sailing on their ego trips. Don't you see that every day? Don't you see that every day? People like Trump, ex-Prime Minister of England, Blair, and all the rest of it. Yeah? These people sailing on their ego trips. Blast off on their spaceships. Is that Elon Musk? One is blast off on his spaceship. Million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me. Let me say that again. You see men sailing on their ego trips, blast off in their spaceships, million miles from reality. No care for you, no care for me. Okay? They don't care about us, the people. They have their own agendas. Here's another song. So you think you found the solution. So this is part of the same song. So you think you found a solution, but it's just another illusion. So before you check out this tide, don't leave another cornerstone standing there behind. Don't leave another cornerstone standing there behind. When the cornerstone of a house is taken away, the house will start to fall. The house will start to fall. It will start to lean. Okay? I talk to people in the past about this emotional chart. This is a human emotional chart. A human emotional chart. Now, we have something called hertz. Okay? Which is a frequency. Our human emotions are measured by these frequencies. Okay? From peak to peak. From peak to peak. We're measured in hertz. And we have different emotional frequencies. I've talked about this in other videos before. I'm going to do it again because this is very, very important. Okay? Shame. Shame. At the bottom there. Only carries a 20 hertz frequency. Shame. Guilt carries a 30 hertz frequency. Fear carries 100 hertz frequency, right? Those at the top, the upper echelons want to keep us in fear. They want to keep us in our lower vibration instead of trying to reach up to our higher frequencies. Courage is a 200 hertz frequency. 200 hertz frequency. Love is a 500 hertz frequency. Peace, 600 hertz frequency. And enlightenment, which is what we should be trying to reach for. Enlightenment, people, enlightenment. Enlightenment, 700 to 1000 hertz frequency. Those in the upper echelons, they want to try and keep us in our lower selves. They want to try and keep us in a lower vibration, in a lower vibrational field. Why is this? Why is this? Because we're easier then to control. Because fear gives us emotional constipation. It makes you not want to do anything. And the fear of just being safe, feeling safe, not going against the grain. Okay? Those things keep you in your place. Now, in the media, they use a lot of powerful words and jargons. And these words and jargons affect your moods and your frequency. As I was just talking about these frequencies here. Okay? This is a different chart again. Looking at chakras. You want to know more about the chakras? I can discuss that again in another video, but I'm not going to do that here. But you have an emotional frequency chart, as I just showed you this one. Okay? Is that the right way around? No, it's upside down. Sorry about that. This way around. The funnel is narrow at the bottom, but as it opens up towards the top, that shows that your frequencies are opening up. Yeah? Your energy is starting to open up, but at the bottom it's very narrow. Fear only carries 100 hertz frequency. They want to keep you in fear. They want to keep you angered, 150 hertz frequency. Words are power. Did you know that? Words carry spells. Words are power. When you turn on the news, do you ever see any good news? It's usually bad news. 90% of the news is negative. It's bad news. And they use certain words because they know that the words carry different frequencies and different vibrations, as I just said a minute ago. Okay? So when you're watching the news, they're using words like economic downturn, slump in housing prices, national debt recovery. They want to try and recover the national debt. What do they do in order to try and recover the national debt? One thing that they do is to try and raise taxes. Okay? Try and raise taxes to recover the national debt, or to try and bring down things such as your national income. That's just examples, right? What else? Wars of mass destruction. Wars of mass destruction. How does that make you feel when you hear those words? Afraid? Scared? Angry? Fearful? Hostile retaliation. Weather forecast is bleak. The weather forecast is bleak. Peace deals. Peace deals. In wars, sometimes you hear about peace deals or peace agreements. What's another one? Conflict escalates. Open fire on civilians. Open fire on civilian. or the civilian population. Hostile tensions. Fear war will escalate into other regions or other countries. Fear the war will escalate. How does those different words make you feel? They carry different frequencies, they carry different vibrations, they carry different energy. I've done quite a few videos on words and how words are spelled. Now, if you're feeling fearful about these wars that's going on, turn off your television. Turn off your television, especially when it's news. Or try and limit the amount of time you spend watching the news or social media, okay? Limit your time. You need to be the change that you want to see in the world. You need to be that peace that you want to see in the world. You see, another thing that these governments will do is use something called, what is it again, by poet Juvenal. Give the people bread and circus. Give the people bread and circus. Appease them. Keep them comfortable. Keep them quiet. Keep them happy, right? By doing things like giving them certain things like social media to watch. Give them a 2-for-1 offer for food and all of those kinds of things. Yeah, entertainment, just to keep people distracted and away from what's really going on in the world. Keep people distracted. Keep them thinking over there whilst we're doing something over here. Keep the people divided. Keep the people entertained. Don't let them see what's really going on. Okay? Whilst the hidden hand moves and you don't see what they're doing. They're keeping the people appeased. Give the people bread and circuses, said poet Juvenal, an ancient Roman poet. Now I'm going to give you this, my last quote here, and this is by UB40, okay, in a song called End of War. End of War. Listen to the words, man. These are powerful, powerful words. I'm telling you. Mankind must put an end to war, or war will end mankind. And justice you are fighting for, and who's the mastermind? Who's the mastermind? I just said it just a minute ago. Who's the mastermind behind all of this? These conglomerates, these massive monopolies, yeah? These government entities, these technocrats, these banking institutions. Question why we doing here? How long will we sustain? The guilt that feeds upon all fear. The guilt that feeds upon all fear. It's easy to be bold from 1,000 miles away. Yes, to send rockets and bombs, missiles from ships. Yeah? Drones, foreign missiles. Yeah? You don't see the enemy. You don't see the enemy. You're fighting them from a distance. Some people say this is a cowardice way of fighting wars. Yeah? You're bombing and fighting someone from a distance. You don't see the look on someone's face as you dismember them or you delete them. It's easy to pontificate, to live and fight another day. But the quickest way to end the war is to drop your guns and walk away. The easiest way to end the war is to drop your guns and walk away. Walk away. How many people are willing to drop their guns and to walk away? This is the easiest way to end the war. We have to look at ourselves seriously. We have to look at ourselves. We want peace in the world. right? Then we have to be the peace that we want to see in the world. There is no path to peace. Peace is the path. If everybody looked inwardly at themselves and found peace inside themselves, then I'm telling you, the wars would end very quickly. And you wouldn't be throwing away your powers, your sovereignty, your sovereignty. I can't get the words out. You wouldn't be giving away your sovereign powers to an entity that isn't really, they're doing what you asked them to do. Right? In order to find peace in the world, people, we need to be the path to peace. We need to be the path to peace. If everybody could put down their arms and walk away and say, no more, all wars would end overnight. I say this again. I feel so sorry for all these people, those innocent people who are being caught up in all of these conflicts, being caught up in all of these wars, who want peace in the world. They just want to get on with their lives. But there's an entity or entities, and they make so much money from wars and the conflicts and these banking institutions, these technocratic companies. But I'll say this to them too. You have got to be the peace that you want to see in the world. It starts with you as an individual first. Okay? Anyway, this is the end of this video. And if you like this video, you know what to do. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. This is Eldad Amara with my channel, Eyes Wide Shut. Oh, one more thing. I do all the videos and the editing all by myself. The construction of the videos, the content, I do all myself. The administration, I do all myself, okay? And I'm just about to drop a merch store. So again, that has all been done by myself. I have nobody else that's helped me. So sometimes it takes me a while to get around to comment on videos, on commenting on things that people have sent to me, yeah? So people have sent me comments and sometimes it takes me a while to get back to them. But please have the patience because I'm on my own doing all of this, okay? And please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you.